Hey Drew,
Hey, man.
it's Danny from New York City.
Yo.
I just finished doing the 5 knuckle shuffle and it got me thinking about my white. My first question is, what do the consistencies of white indicate? Sometimes my white can be the normal mix of
Yeah.
jelly-like substance and water. Sometimes it's just super watery
Yeah.
and clear. And sometimes it's white with very little liquid. What do these mean? Also, how long does it take for white to be produced in the body?
That's
After
a
a
good
couple of
question.
sessions, I started shooting out less and less. But then if I wait a few hours, it seems to have some more built up. So does
Yeah.
it refill like half an ounce every hour or something?
Right.
I don't know. Thanks in advance, and you bet I'm coming up in May.
That's from your mom's house. That's a new one. I've never heard you bet I'm coming up in May. That's from that guy, Leo, who jerks off with Mark.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow, that was really funny. Yeah.
So never underestimate the capacity of the male mind to preoccupy about interesting phenomena. He could be working on relativity, but instead he's worrying about white. This isn't how male mind works.
But God bless men, because not only do they worry about white, but they also do relativity.
And they worry about
physics.
brown.
Yeah, and brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
God bless the men.
it's called sublimation. We're supposed to
Yes.
sublimate and then worry about physics, but
Yes.
we don't anymore. We just worry about white.
Hey. So, I too am curious about the regenerative process of white.
Okay, so let's deal with that
Yes.
one first.
That's exciting.
Yes, it's a great question. No one's ever asked me that before.
Yeah.
No one really has an answer to that. Each man sort of reproduces differently in terms, it can be minutes to hours, right? Depending on your age and refractoriness and
True.
how you produce the white. What we're talking about is the prostatic fluid going into the seminal vesicles, right?
Right.
Think about your body like saliva.
Right.
You can produce a lot of saliva in a very short period of time,
Sure.
right? And it's kind of like that. It's kind of like, or vaginal secretions.
Yes.
So your body creates secretions, and the prostate is to do that. So it creates it goes in the seminal vesicles over there, and it mixes with the sperm in those seminal vesicles. Some people have big seminal vesicles, somebody small, some people have a very active prostate. But one of the interesting things about the prostatic fluid is you can stimulate it to produce. So sexual stimulation produces more fluid. Much like looking at good food stimulates saliva,
Sure.
your
Sure.
prostate is sort of salivating when it sees good
Oh.
stuff. So isn't that nice?
That is interesting.
Yeah.
And is it
you like that, huh?
It's really interesting. And is it contingent on your water consumption? Because
Of course. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
dehydrated, more and nutrition too. Your body will limit sexual reproduction if you're conserving energy. That's the first thing to go. People's libido goes, their semen goes, everything goes.
makes sense.
You're trying to preserve,
Your
everything,
white.
everything. Your white, everything. Your chi is
Your
trying to stay in your body.
chi.
And so, good. Thank you for asking that question. In terms of the fluidity and the viscosity, it goes all the way from water to tapioca pudding to snot, right? Essentially,
Sure.
we're talking about thick snot, right?
Yeah, why is that?
Everybody's different. Men do different things. We don't really know. And again, it's. But if you're keeping the fluid, the pipes empty, it's gonna be
Yeah.
more. It's gonna be more liquidy.
Right. So it's not just a myth when you joke and you're like, oh, this one's going to be like glue because it's been so long. It's true.
It's more that way. But if you go too long, it kind of goes the other way too. So it's
too liquid.
Yeah.
And does the number of sperm get affected?
It can a little bit. There's sort of a curve to that too. And if you go to a fertility clinic, they'll say withhold a certain number
That's
of
right,
days
right.
and don't go into a hot tub. And there are ways to optimize it. And then
Right.
if you have too little sexual activity, it drops. Too much sexual activity, it drops.
Gosh.
Good times,
It's
huh?
amazing.
It's amazing.
Sperm in you
One
guys.
guy zeroed us in on all that interesting white content.